Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. My name is Sunny and I make videos on the internet. Yeah, it's a weird hobby. Um, you know what's also weird? My brain. Now that I finally have as close as a diagnosis as I can get without paying $900 and having a doctor say, yup, and give me a slip of paper, I've decided I might as well just tell you about it. What the leading theory is that I have something called bipolar type schizoaffective. But wait, didn't you say schizophrenic in the title and the thumbnail and on the schedule? Yes, well, schizophrenia is actually the term that I use when talking to people who might not know what schizoaffective is. In my research and experience in the matter, schizophrenia and schizoaffective have some overlapping symptoms but have some major differences as well. Schizoaffective is actually a mix of schizophrenia symptoms, mainly hallucinations, paranoia, and delusions, and some sort of mood disorder mixed in. This is where schizoaffective breaks off into two types: major depressive with major depressive episodes, obviously, and bipolar, which has cycles of mania and depression. My symptoms include rapid psychomanic episodes, auditory, visual, and tactile hallucinations, as well as paranoia and delusions. Do I think the government is tracking me? No more than anyone else. But when I see a cop or when I open the door to my apartment, I do get very nervous and very paranoid that I'm either doing something wrong or that something's waiting for me in my apartment. There is a lot of negative stigma towards schizotype disorders due to bad depictions in the media. Say Donnie Darko and the countless fictional killers on Criminal Minds that also have schizophrenia for some reason. But even the good depictions of schizophrenia, like in, say, A Beautiful Mind, is rife with some not so good tropes. A Beautiful Mind is full of the super C-word tropes where a disability, or both mental and or physical, is overcome because plot. This makes schizo disorders seem like something that with effort we can will away, but in reality a lot of things are just more mundane than that. If I were to speak for my disability as a whole, we tend to be depicted in that light, but we are not criminals. Studies show that people with schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder are actually at higher risk of being a victim of a crime than to be perpetrating it. So when psychotic episodes do actually happen, we are more likely to become victims of crime instead of actually being that way. I also want to go off script here just for a moment to talk about the tortured artist trope, especially tortured artists with schizoaffective or schizophrenia. The thing is about the tortured artist trope that I hate is that it's so it's so romanticized that it's like, oh, you have this nice, easily digestible mental disorder and you're an amazing artist but nobody recognizes you. There are a lot of actual living schizophrenics and schizoaffective people who are making it. We're not all just tortured artists. We're not Vincent van Gogh. We're not insert other schizophrenic artist here. We're not gripped by schizophrenia. We are not gripped by it. It is a part of us, it is a whole, but also we are not your feel good little tortured artist trope there. because that's fucking annoying. There are some things that I can actually contribute to my condition, actually. One of that being the certain phenomena of manic sewing. This is usually interspersed with insomnia and racing thoughts, where I start a video or I start a project and I will just like be in this manic state of sewing to the point where if I like get out of that, if I actually like get some rest, get out of that manic episode, I will have no clue what I was doing or no like inspiration to actually keep it up. These manic projects are usually 70-30 between modern projects, non-costumes, and costumes, though the costume ones do happen to feed into another manic, which feeds into the manic habit of impulse buying. In fact, some of the YouTube videos that I make are actually me during a manic episode doing manic sewing. Like, you know the Regency Dressed in a Day video that got so many views? Yeah, that was a manic episode. I crashed super hard afterwards, and I didn't even know that it was a manic episode until like fucking 3 months ago. So in anticipation for manic sewing, I tend to be more mindful of fabric consumption, only buying when I have sat on it for a couple days, as well as only buying things that I have like a project that I want to. This also calls for a lot of planning where I have the ability to, once I get out of that episode, pick up yet again and finish the project entirely. Another thing that I probably can describe to being some sort of neuroatypical is I am a big fan of body doubling. For the neurotypicals in the audience, body doubling is the act of sharing the same space as someone while you're doing a frustrating task. Therefore, it is easier to do said task for some reason. A lot of people with ADHD will actually co-work in a space together, making the executive dysfunction of starting or picking up a project again a lot easier to manage. Fun fact, I was actually body doubling while I was making this script. Shout out to Nadia, my ADHD friend. Love you. This is only like a fraction of what I do to mitigate manic sewing and what I do to actually finish projects. I feel like once I get more in-depth once I get more mindful about these things, other stuff will crop up and I will share that with you in some other video. But this is just the introductory glance at what it's like to be in my brain, and what it's like to deal with having rapid cycle manic episodes and all this sorts of stuff, while also being a semi-part-time YouTuber. I really hope that this gave you some sort of wisdom, some sort of knowledge, and I hope to see you sometime soon, because CoSy is happening, and I'm posting Saturday as well, so I hope to see you then. Alrighty, bye!